Hello my art loving friends. In this video I will be updating you on this little travel set from Lightwish and how I am customizing it to make it work for me, how to switch paint out, how to add paint. It's going to be really fun. And then we'll set this kit up to be a bigger sketchbook size kit because I have a need for that as well. Let's get started. Okay, I want to explore this kit a little bit because I've been using this one here a lot and it's awesome. It's nice and compact, carries everything I need. I actually might go ahead and attach the water cup because I took the water cup out of it and haven't been using the water cup, but I was in a place where I could have used the water cup, but I might just attach it to the outside of the kit so that I still can have my rag inside. So it's a great kit, but you can see it's compact. So I had this one a couple of years and haven't used it. Haven't even taken it out except the one time I showed you guys that I had it. But I think you can see here the size difference. So I was just curious about it. I thought I might bring it with me today. I'm doing plein air painting today and I just want to kind of play with the size of it. So I don't really need an activity book today. I don't know. I think I'll have time. I can do this one and then like back to back use this one. And I would even like to try their water brush. So I'll go fill that up and get it activated. I like that it comes with a fine liner. It's a chunky one. Size 10, could be interesting. Pocket, comes with color sheets. I don't necessarily need the smelly sticks, although at this point they don't smell much. And I don't mind the smell at the moment. Comes with a couple of stickers, so that's very nice. So what I need to do is, oh, lots of stickers. Oh, cute. Is see if I have some color sheets already used so that it's not like they take up any room, but and then figure out what I want to do for the sketchbook. I'm not going to get too serious about this today because I don't need to. This is all the Viviva stuff I have. Reds, kind of miscellaneous, purple, violet, black. I have a metallic little one. The fall set, which has some lovely colors in it. And then I do have this, which those might be really good colors for today. What I did notice is, are these different? Let's see if these have different colors in them. I think they do. Definitely have different, oh yeah, different colors. Okay, but what I was getting at is when I was pulling the Viviva colors out, this was in there too. And this is something I got from Sketchbox. And it is Superior Watercolors, which is where Viviva gets their watercolors. And I don't have to use Viviva watercolors just because I'm using a Viviva set. I could put my own palette in here. There's plenty of room for it. This pocket expands really far and there's plenty of room in the folio in general for this, but look how slim this is. So I thought it could be fun at least to try it out. I don't know, all of this fits, so it really doesn't matter. I'll decide that in a second. And then I pulled out my other folio that I love from Viviva. I just lost that, but so this has the water brush in it too. These are the ones that I've already been using. So I think I might throw these in because no need to use new ones. Okay, yes, those are the exact same colors. And we'll just go with these two things for now. What colors are in here? Okay, leave this kit intact, semi-intact. Need a new sketchbook for that one too, so I'll have to put all that away. I wanted a sketchbook where the back flap could go behind that again, because, you know, instead of activating this water brush, I'm getting all kinds of distracted here. I'll just use this one. Do they have the same tip? I think so. It's not quite full, but I'll have my water bottle with me too. Whoops, wrong folio. Anyway, for the sketchbook, I wanted one where I could slip the back cover behind this because that'll keep it intact. And I have this one I got from eBay, and it has really fancy paper that I'm pretty sure is Fabriano, because I've worked with Fabriano a lot now, and that's definitely what this paper is. I knew it. Yeah, there we go. Fabriano. Okay, well, that answers that. Anyway, this sketchbook would be good because it will still slip behind there and it'll keep it intact. So kind of like that. I think one thing I will miss about using this kit though is the way the palette is attached on this and how it has the drawer where it pulls out for your colors, and it's just part of it. You don't have to hold this separately. I think that's going to be hard to beat. So what I will do is bring a clip. I don't know if that one opens big enough. Let's see if this is open. Just bringing you guys along on my explorations with me. So if I put that like that, when it is open, that flapping is going to be a little annoying, but I could pull it out and put it back in. Yeah, so I guess when I go to paint with it, put this flap behind like that. Ah, perfect. Okay, figuring this out here. But for now, we will put just the back flap in there so that it's protected. And then we open that up. Can we clip it? Not with this clip. I need one of my black ones. See, they open different widths. There's a significant difference in how much they open. So these black ones are the ones that I sent out in my Advent box because they open so wide. So there. Now it's clipped on, and I can hold this and paint, or paint this direction. This should work out. Have my fine liner. The one thing I need to add is a pencil. I will, yeah, it's a 0.7, which I prefer the 0.5s, but I know I have a couple of them in my other kits. I can probably go yank one. Let me go look. This is the one I take on most trips with me. A little sketchbook and a little paint kit. If I haven't already taken the pencil out of here, there should be a pencil in here. Yes, it's not the one I was hoping for. So I think I'll leave it in there so that'll stay intact. But that's fine for now. It's just outdoor painting. No big deal. And then I usually put my art kits in my bag with my water bottle and like my hot tea, things like that. That's why I always have them in a Ziploc. So if I didn't want to use that, I also have this. This is a sketchbook I haven't used in a long time. I got it in 2023 and painted a few paintings in it. I love this one. That's kind of fun. Didn't mark date or what it was, but it's fun. But this paper is completely different. So let's first of all see if this will fit in here. I suspect it will. Put that back cover in the flap. Yeah. Will the zipper still go around it? Because this is quite light. That's the largest you can put in there, is that. And then let's see if this will still close. We still have to fit the clip. This clip is going to be important. So it looks like in the middle here might be the best place for the clip. Really doesn't matter which direction does it. Ooh, that goes, okay. Let's go ahead and flatten that. We're gonna hold this while we shut. Okay, so that clip won't work that way. So this flexes enough, I think actually I can put the clip there. And I'll hold that. That's kind of handy. It'll probably mark up the sketchbook, but let's see if this will shut. And I do need to add a rag. Okay, yeah, so it's pushing up that where the clip is just a little bit. So if you don't care about that, it's fine. It does shut. The only other option would be, it'd be kind of nice to have a strap on this. So getting a strap like this where they hook on, I could hook it onto the zipper. Just means it's going to put pressure on the zipper. So I may have to sew something on this to have a strap if I want a strap. But my other option is to just clip the clip on the outside like that, which I think I'm going to do for now. I'm not quite ready to have this malformed, if you know what I mean. So as far as which sketchbook, I don't know. This I can't flip back and get out of the way, so I would actually need to bring another clip with me. Oh, that's nice thick paper. Where did I put the other clip? So that I could hold those out of the way so they don't flap around in the wind while I'm painting. So I would have to have that as extra space. And again, the paper is unique. I think today I really want this one. They're both old, but this one's even older. I bought this on eBay. Oh my gosh. I don't even know if it'd be on my account. Let me look. Back from that, and I didn't have time to try this one. I didn't have time to use it, which is very disappointing. And in fact, I didn't even get to finish the one little painting that I started because my directions sent me to the wrong place. I was late showing up, and then by the time I showed up, said hello to everyone, figured out where I wanted to sit and what I wanted to paint, I had a really short amount of time because I had to leave for an appointment after an hour and a half. So the drawing for this actually took a really long time. I need to finish that. And what I finally remembered, I don't want this water cup on here. Let's take that off for now. This is my own water cup, not the one that came with it, because when I left I couldn't find the one that came with it, but then I found it. But I still like this one. So I'll put this in my bag. Just loose, not attached. Anyway, what I finally remembered to remember is that I am getting really frustrated not having buff titanium in this kit, and I also would actually kind of like a warm gray. So I have a bag of Daniel Smith watercolors here, and in the very bottom there's the buff titanium, and what I'm hoping is that one of these little pans from the Compuzzle palette will fit and the drawer will still close, but I have a feeling these are going to be too tall, and I would just attach it like that. So yeah, darn, it's too tall. So let me try one of the little, do I have any of those little aquatone ones? I have a different type of pan I can try here. Let me try that. All right, while looking for the pan, I actually found Aquatone's buff titanium already in a small pan. It's a little bit different color than Daniel Smith's. It's a little bit more gray. So I think you can see that. And that's not a bad thing. But first of all, let's see if the pan will even fit and shut. No. Dang it. It has to be really tiny. Okay, I have to think on this because I can't survive very much longer without buff titanium in this kit. So going to have to come up with a solution. I have an idea. I have a fun idea. I just have to see if it'll work, so bear with me. Okay, here's my idea. I will fill this metal pan with Daniel Smith's buff titanium. I actually do want to grab one of these. Aquatone seemed to fall out of these pans, so I actually use glue dots to keep them in. So I just have a glue dot here. I'm going to use the Aquatone as well because of its grayness. And if I put a glue dot on the back side of this little pan, let's see how long that will stay there. Right? And then we'll fill this with buff titanium, and once it dries, we'll put it there. I only have a couple days until I leave, so I don't know if it'll dry in time, but we'll see. Daniel Smith paints tend to dry fast, and that's my only other concern, is that it will fall out. So if it does, I will glue dot it just like I did the aquatone one. I was going to get out like Sennelier's warm gray. I think I have that in tube form, but that's pretty gray. I like this one. I think it'll work. I keep using this kit, so I will continue to tell you how that's working. I don't know if it's being up there is going to be annoying or not. I suspect it'll be fine. And then a lot of these colors are getting really low already. The problem is I need to replace colors I don't use with like a buff titanium. So when the color gets completely emptied out, I actually need to replace the color, not replace it with a different color. So these oranges apparently I'm not using very much out and about, but I'm using a lot of the yellow, so I could keep this red and these yellows and mix my own oranges. So if I could pull these out, it looks like actually this paint would come out. Interesting. These two are really close in color. I'm curious if I could pull this paint out. I could just fill one of these with buff titanium. Might be a fun option. This is pretty soft paint. It's kind of more putty-like. Let's play a minute. All three of these are, well, this is one I haven't used, I can tell. So let's dig this one out. Wow, that's actually super easy to get out so far. That might be a fun option instead of the extra pans up there option. I don't mind this paint though, so I think I'll use this pan actually to save this paint for now. Look how well that came out. I'm gonna zoom in so you can see, because that came out really well. And like I said, it's kind of a putty-like texture, so putting it in this other pan is fine. And I bet I can get the rest of this out. A square edge toothpick here. Need to reorder these. Hoping it's strong enough for me to get in the corners. I could just switch to a different palette knife, because that one has kind of a rounded tip. I have more pointy tipped palette knives I could use. So I was afraid of I would break my toothpick, and I did. But I'm almost done here. Here, use the pointy end for a second. Okay, we are at the point we need a stiff pointy end, and this pencil with the lead pushed in has a pointy end on it still that's nice and firm, so that is our new tool of choice for the moment. Alright, that's not cleaned out perfectly, but it's cleaned out enough that I can pour this in there. Ideally, I would have these yellows over here and the buff titanium would be up there, but one thing I did notice is this palette, if it pushes against your belly or whatever, starts to slide in just a little bit. It's not that bad, but sometimes these colors, you're like, where'd they go? And you just have to yank it back out again, so getting a little magnet on that would be a good idea. Anyway, this is working well. So, buff titanium in this slot. I am so excited. I have been lost without this. Actually, this looks really gray too now that it's out and about. Although this still looks more gray. I'll keep this one up there. I was thinking I could pull out another color like this Viridian. I've hardly used it all. I could pull it out, or another one of these oranges, but for now I'll just leave that up there and have that there. I wouldn't mind a Rosa Gallery golden brown, or one of those really lovely Rosa granulating paints, because painting outside you run into a lot of things with texture. So having one of Rosa's granulating paints is something I'll probably look into later when I have more time, but for now that will do. I will shut this, forget about it, hope for the best. I will try to keep it flat like this for now. You can see that I can close this and open this, and that stays put because the paint is glue dotted and the pan is glue dotted, so it's great. hopefully by the time I forget I need to leave this all flat, it'll be dry. And if not, it's fine because it's in the palette. It might get a little sticky, but I think it'll be okay. So I still have to use this and figure out. I do like having the bigger size paper option for this one. The reason I'm really liking these is the zipper folio, the zipper aspect of each of these, because nothing falls out. And that's really the only advantage to these over some of the others that I've been using is the zipper. Well, I will label this and put it with my other Lightwish paint, even though it's slightly different than some of the other Lightwish paint. It's much softer. It's nice, actually, really nice. Just have to be careful when it's wet. Quick update, since I added the little pan there and the, oh no, I put it together when it was very wet. Oh, that wasn't bad. And the buff titanium. Anyway, I painted a couple of times with it now. This painting, and I tell you, having the buff titanium, even to mix in with some of the browns, is so nice. And I was like, I really need a grayer one. Well, then I forgot I put that one there, but I remembered. So that has been really useful, although these are both a little bit gray leaning, so I'm thinking the warm gray from Rosa Gallery might end up in this palette because it's a really great color to have when you're out and about. It just matches a lot of the things that when I'm outside painting, I need to match that color. So I think a actual grayer gray would be even better. But I painted that, and I painted that. I assume I used maybe the buff titanium here, but may not have used it in all of these paintings. And then my least favorite painting while out and about, I was getting really tired, but it's this one here. And I actually really liked it before I put the dark cracks in the path. I had them just white, and I really actually liked the way that looked, but in real life, these cracks were super dark. So I'm like, oh, I have to put them in really dark. No, just because you see them that way, don't change it if you already like what you're seeing on your paper, even if it's not what is there in real life. So my least favorite painting, but having this buff titanium and this gray from, so this is Daniel Smith, this is Aquatone. It's really nice to have those in there. So I may have to, I'll update my swatch sheet eventually, just put a little piece of paper over this and call it good. Or this one, I guess. Okay, colors that are getting low. The light yellow, the blues, both of these blues, which is turquoise blue, cobalt blue hue. This green, yellow green. This is hitting pan, that's sap green. That one's getting close, it's olive green. This one, there's a lot of pan showing, that's hooker's green, so that tells me I definitely need to keep a dark green in my palette. These two browns, this is Van Dyke brown, this is burnt sienna. Those are both almost hitting pan. So it's really fun to see which colors go first, what you use the most of. That's the exciting thing about using the same palette for an extended period of time, is you get to know what you use and what you don't. I've got a lot of fun paintings in here. I probably need to pull them out. Get some refill paper made. I'm not going to buy their refill paper, I don't think. I have so much paper here I need to use up. I don't have a 6-hole punch, and I don't really want to buy one, but I do have a regular hole punch, so I might make my own paper, even though it won't be exactly the same. I don't know. We'll see how that goes later. I have plenty of paper left. I have all of these. So I don't have to think about it yet, but I thought you might want to see that update. Well, I hope you found that interesting. You can pull the paint out super easily, add in your own paint so that you can at least use the palette. That was not hard at all. It took a few minutes. Or you use up the paint that's in there and then you put in your own paint, which is what I'm going to do. For example, undersea green is going in there once one of these greens gets all gone. because I love undersea green. Also, sap green by Core is going in there. Got all kinds of ideas. Okay, I know you didn't see my face much or at all in this video, but I hope it was enjoyable, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now. Oh, are you adorkable?
Maybe worse than that.
Too adorkable.
You walk in the house, it's all the other puppies barking.
Oh, the tongue is sticking out!
So cute. She's innocent.
No, she's not.
Their tongues stick out.